So I want to go over how we're learning math right now in class when we're multiplying larger numbers. This will help you understand how your child is learning to multiply larger numbers because it is quite different than the way that we learned or the old school way, if you will. This way you can help your child in the way that they're learning at school. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw a box, or actually a rectangle like this, and we're going to split it in half. We have one digit on this side, which is our 6, and we're going to decompose this number. It's going to be 20 plus 3. Okay, so we're going to take that 20 plus 3 and we're going to move it over here. So this is going to say 20 and this is going to say 3. Now you're going to multiply these two numbers, so 6 times 20, and we're going to multiply these two numbers, 6 times 3. Now, when there's a zero multiplication at the end of a number, I always tell my students to attach the 0 at the end, so we already know there's 1 0, and then that makes the math a little simpler. So 6 times 2 is 12. So we're going to put 12 in front of the 0, which now makes it 120. And then 6 times 3 is 18. So now that we've gotten our products, we're going to add them together to get our final answer. So 120 plus 18. One of the mistakes I see a lot of students make is that they don't line up their numbers correctly, and they also start adding on the wrong side. So you want to make sure that they start in the ones place and move to the left. So 8 plus 0 is 8, 2 plus 1 is 3, and 1 plus nothing is 1. So the answer to this problem would be 138. So 6 times 23 equals 138. Now, if we're going to do a bigger number, bigger numbers, we're going to do it a tiny bit different. We're going to let's take the number 54 times 25. I'm just throwing a number out there. Now, in the last one, we drew a rectangle. We're going to do the same thing again. But because our numbers are now both two-digit numbers, we want to cut this into 4. So we're going to decompose this number, which is 50 plus 4. And we're going to do the same with this one, which would be 20 plus 5. So basically you're just pulling out the 10s and the 1s. And then you're going to take those numbers and place them just like we did the last problem. So this one would be 54, so 50 plus 4 on that side. And this side is going to be 20 plus 5. Now, when we do it this way, we're going to multiply just like the last one, except now we have to multiply 4 different times. So 50 times 20, 50 times 5, 4 times 20, and 4 times 5. So you want to solve for all of those. Again, there's 2 zeros. It's a multiplication problem, so I know I'm going to have to attach those 2 zeros at the end to simplify our multiplication. Now we're doing 5 times 2, which is 10, making it 1,000. We have a 0 at the end. We're attaching that 0. 5 times 5 is 25, making the number 250. We have 1 0, so 4 times 2 is 8, making the number 80. And 4 times 5 is 20. So we are going to add all of these numbers. In the last one, we only had to add twice, I think. No, I'm sorry, we had to add once. This time we have to add 3 times. So we're going to add this side and then this side. So 1,000 plus 80 is going to give us 1,080. And this side is 250 plus 20 is going to give us 270. Now, we have to take these two answers and add them together for our final answer. So 1,080 plus 270. Remember to make sure they're lined up correctly. So 0, 8 plus 7 is 15. 2 plus 1 is 3. Bring down the 1. 1,350. So the way they would answer this question would be 54 times 25 equals 1,350. I hope that was helpful.